What's up, baseball world? Welcome along to another edition of Jay's Talk with Jay. Opening series over and done with. Blue Jays win 2 games out of the 3, take the series in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium, and oh my god, you cannot believe how excited I am. I am so impressed with what I saw yesterday. Totally different from what we saw on Saturday. I wasn't impressed on Saturday. I think that maybe a little bit of complacency kicked in. However, these guys absolutely killed it yesterday. So not only did we manage to just limit them to only scoring 1 run, I think overall everything was so much better. The intensity in the infield, defensively, we were very good again. Knocking out their starting pitcher was a huge thing. Like, let's get something straight. German, however you want to pronounce it, he got knocked around yesterday more than what he knocked his misses around. So all of the damage was done early on in the game. Vladdy hitting his first homer of the season, and then near enough straight after, Gurriel managed to single, and then Grichuk hit a laser of a missile that went for a 2-run homer. Just touching on Grichuk, I think he is playing pretty well at the moment. And anyone that is doubting his ability needs to take stock of what he's doing at the moment. He is trying to prove a point, and he's trying to make sure that he's not the odd man out when Springer comes back, which will hopefully be at some point this week. So yeah, all of our runs scored very, very early on, and then it was really down to some dominant pitching. TJ Zoik was amazing yesterday. Got in 1 or 2 little jams, but I wasn't nervous. Not like Saturday. Saturday the pitchers came in and they were doing their thing, but the Yankees looked like they could score at any point. So much different yesterday. Like I say, TJ Zoik did really well. Didn't quite go as far as we would have liked him to go, but I think they must have had a pitch count on him. And then it was really all about the bullpen. The bullpen came in. Trent Thornton came in, and now look, he was unlucky to give up a run. If Frazier hits that ball anywhere else yesterday, it gets caught either in right field, Vladdy gets it, or Simeon gets it. That's how close it was, and it just shows you the kind of margins that you're working with when you're playing this game. So yeah, Thornton was unlucky. Obviously, that goes in. Frazier turns it into a double. And they end up scoring, but like they ended up scoring, and I think they were quite lucky in that sense. Like Baraki and Phelps, they came in, did what they had to do, and then like I've been so impressed by these two. Jordan Romano comes in, cleans them out, takes out the top of the order, and he was really impressive. You can't doubt the ability that these guys have got. Like I say, he came in, he takes out the top of the order. And then Merriweather just comes in, and okay, it wasn't 3 strikeouts. However, he came in and he just looks dominant. Like, and if he can stay healthy, if those two can stay healthy, we literally have our 8th and 9th, depending on which way round you want to look at it. I don't think Merriweather's the closer, because they brought in Romano to take out the power guys, the guys that they were the danger. That top 3, and Romano wiped them out, and Charlie had no point throwing him in there. So I think that those two, they can tandem off each other. Maybe one will pitch the 8th, one will pitch the 9th, depending on who it is that they're facing. And they look dominant. Like they look dominant, and I think that a lot of teams are gonna, if we are leading or it's a tie game, I think those guys coming in and it's lights out. It's lights out. And it's been a long time since we've had a bullpen where you can look at the guys that came in, and even the other guys that pitched today, Baraki, Thornton, Phelps, they've come in, and we actually have a strong bullpen now. We have a strong bullpen. We've just taken the opening series against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. I'm overly excited. Like I actually feel like this team can actually, that they can go and compete. Not only can they go and compete, but I think that they've laid a marker now. Detroit coming up, tonight. That's going to be interesting as well. But if we can take the first two series, and then we've got the Angels at home, or what we're going to be classing as a home for now, you have to think that's going to be the first real test. Like the Yankees was the first real test, but I think that playing against the Angels will really tell us where we're going to be, if we're going to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. Like, there's so many positives that came from yesterday's game. Like, the double play that Simeon and Bo turned, I think, was in the 6th inning. Like, it was just like bang, 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 bang. You just knew they had it. And Vladdy's playing at first at the moment. And I tell you something, the more he plays at first, the better he's going to get. And he looks good at the moment. He looks mobile, and like his home run, we needed that from him, because I think now that he's got the first one under his belt, I think he's going to go. And like, he hit that homer out the park, and he did it without ease. Like, he just hit it, and it just went. I'm getting slightly nervous about Kevin and his hitting, and I'm not sure he should be hitting second at the moment. There was a debate, I think, on that other dodgy podcast show that they do, something talk, like fake Jays talk, and they were talking about Vladdy moving up to second in the order, probably behind Springer. I'm not sure that's something we should be doing yet. I'd prefer to see Vladdy hitting third or fourth. I think Kevin needs to move down. I'd move him down as far as maybe 7th or 8th. Just let him, like, don't put no pressure on him. Just let him try and find his rhythm. He's not going to hit what he's hitting at the moment, average wise. He's shown that he can get on base. He's got a good eye. But I'm a little concerned at the moment. I think there's a bit too much pressure on him, hitting second in the order. I'd maybe try and look at switching up a little bit. Maybe put Grichuk at the moment, if he's playing, maybe put him second just for the time being, just to take the pressure off. Kirk came in yesterday. I thought he was really good. Like, obviously he didn't get the hits that we would like to see from him, but I think behind the plate he looks solid. He looks strong. And I think he called the game really well yesterday. We have to be careful, because we can't get too carried away. It's only 3 games in. However, I do think that everything's there. I think the pieces are there. I think that we've got good players on the bench. Panic came in. He did okay yesterday. And then obviously Danny Jansen was on the bench. Davis is still sitting there. I think Davis might get a run out. I think he'll get a run out at some point, just to see how he is and just get him some at bats. I think we may even see that today. But I don't think Charlie's going to want to change a winning team at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I think the debate's already started about who's our number one catcher. And as the season progresses, I'll be interested to see whether it falls in favour of Kirk more than Jansen. But overall, I think that it's a very, 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 very good start. I'm so glad, like a lot of people, I'm so glad that the Yankee pitcher, we won't even call him by his name, the German, I'm so glad he got knocked out. Excuse the pun, but I don't have a lot of time for people like him. The same as the Roberto Osuna thing, really. As far as I'm concerned, there's no place for it. And you know what? You do something like that, see you later. There's no place for that. It sets no example whatsoever. So I'm glad he got done. I have to say, the guy that came in for relief for the Yankees, how good was he? Like, he really limited us. He came unstuck. There was one inning where we loaded the bases, and we didn't take advantage of it. But apart from that, I thought he was really good. So I'm glad that we won't be facing him again. But looking forward to a huge series against Texas now. Bit of a late one for me, so I'm not too sure when the next podcast will be. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and let's hope we can get another series win, and who knows what happens from there. And then we look forward to the homestand, and we see where that goes. Don't forget, as always, hit up the socials. Make sure you follow on YouTube. like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Don't forget, hit me up Instagram, closely hitting 100 followers now, so it's slowly building. It's not massive numbers, but we're getting there. And guys, don't forget, hit me up as well if you want to get involved. I've spoken to a couple of people. I'm hoping we're going to do it at the weekend. We'll get first guests on. And yeah, make sure you like on the socials, on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere else. And I'll hopefully see you at some point this week for another edition of Jay's Talk with Jay.